Georgia at Tennessee. Number 6 Bulldogs at number 15 Tennessee. The Vols, a 4.5-point underdog at last check. Open at 7.5 for Georgia. Fell down to 3.5, now up to 4.5 right now. 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central on ABC. Georgia's won 8 straight in the series. But the Bulldogs right now, there's just something missing. I know it's Marshall. I know it's Austin Peay. I know they're not throwing the whole playbook at these teams. But great SEC teams, they don't have to throw the playbook at these teams. They just pound them. Pound them into submission and do whatever they want, running the football, throwing the football. Georgia ranks 11th in the SEC in yards per play against Marshall and against Austin Peay. They have not played one premier program like a lot of SEC teams have at least played a Power 4 school so far. So keep that in mind. Is that, we're playing down to our competition, they'll be ready to go against Tennessee, or is something bigger going on with that offense? And keep in mind, Georgia invested heavily at wide receiver in the offseason. Noah Thomas transfers in from A&M. Zachariah Branch, a star at USC, transfers in from the Trojans. And it just hasn't clicked yet for that Georgia offense. Are they going to get it going in what's going to be a very hostile Neyland Stadium? For Tennessee, Joey Aguilar's been great. 66% completion percentage. He's thrown for 535 yards, 5 touchdowns, and most importantly, Hutton, 0 INTs. That's the knock on Aguilar throughout his career. He puts the ball in danger too much. Hasn't thrown a single pick so far. He hasn't faced Georgia's defense yet either, or any SEC defense. Josh Heupel, for every great thing he's done a lot in Knoxville, he's averaged 13 points per game against Georgia. 13. Their high is 17 in the Heupel era. That's no bueno.
How many points do they have to score to win this game? If I say they score 23 points, are they winning?
Possibly. I would put the number at 24 to 28. I think if Tennessee scores that, they're winning the game. At home, with what Georgia's done on offense so far, I feel like 24 points could win this game.
And the over-under is like 50. Is that right? 50.5? So
something like that.
So that's Vegas saying they're going to get that, right? With a 4-point spread or whatever it is?
Yes.
I mean,
I think it's Vegas saying it's like 28-24 Georgia.
I'm just thinking that because you mentioned the 17's the high water mark.
Right.
That's intriguing to me because Tennessee's defense is banged up. So Vegas always knows. I don't know what they are trying to tell us here.
Well, and I don't know.
It's bizarre with the 4-point spread.
That's a big swing. If we're going to do the Vegas analysis on this, to open at 7.5 and go in one day.
Right.
Like from Sunday to Monday, that thing went from 7.5 to 3.5.
They've got a read on Georgia here.
And my first thought was, is somebody hurt?
Right.
For Georgia that we don't know about? Is their quarterback down? That's a quarterback out of the game type swing. From 7.5 to 3.5. So something to watch. Tennessee's got to do something offensively. They got 3 good running backs. Their offensive line has looked good. 5-star freshman David Sanders likely will not play in this game for the 3rd straight game. But I wouldn't have played him if he was healthy because Tennessee's offensive line, they played well. You don't want to mix something in and change up whatever continuity you have against Georgia of all teams. And again, I just have a hard time picking Tennessee in this game, even though I know they've won 23 of 24 at Neyland. That place is going to be rocking. I don't think Tennessee's going to be tight. They don't really do that under Josh Heupel. They're going to be ready. They're going to come out loose and ready to go. Kirby Smart just has the dudes that he can plaster guys on the receivers, go man-to-man. And he can get after the quarterback. He can shut down the run with his defensive line. And Josh Heupel has no answers.
And you know what they do so well? They tackle well. Yeah, like if you get a 4-yard slant, you're getting a 5-yard gain, right? Like there's no – like they take away the deep passing game so well with their defensive backs, and they tackle well at linebacker.
Yep.
So, Tennessee's going to have to do the same thing, right? Like, don't beat yourself here. I favor Georgia, but, again, the spread is odd to me. It's begging me to bet Bulldogs, but, again, I feel foolish if I do that because Vegas is telling us it's a close, tight game.
This is, to me, Hutton, is sort of the swing game for Georgia, not so much for Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee losing to Georgia would do anything to change the outlook for the season. You know what I mean? Like, if they get killed, that's not going to look good.
Right.
But this was always predicted to be kind of an 8-4, 9-3, maybe 7-5 type team. I don't know that winning it completely drastically changes everything. I think it changes a lot for Georgia. If they go into Knoxville and they look bad offensively and they lose this game to Tennessee, I do think that it adds credence to sort of a lethargic effort in the first 2 games against bad competition. And people may start to look at Georgia and say, maybe this is a bit of a down year for Kirby Smart.
They started a little sluggish last year, too. Keep in mind, if Tennessee wins, though, they're with Oklahoma and LSU, if LSU wins, for the SEC championship game. They're the favorites to go with the win over Georgia, based on what we're seeing from Bama.
Well, it's also a chance for a huge start to the season, because after this, where we talked about Ole Miss playing LSU and at Oklahoma and at Georgia, these tough games, Tennessee gets UAB, they go to Mississippi State, they get Arkansas at home. I mean, that's a golden opportunity to be 6-0 to start the season, and you're getting close to college football playoff ranking time, and you could be undefeated or right there. And then it gets tougher again in Tennessee's schedule. But huge opportunity for the Vols to make a statement.